So, guys, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. The It Ends With Us scandal. Uh, Latest update as of March 23rd. So, what began as a highly anticipated film adaptation of a best-selling novel has unraveled into one of Hollywood's most explosive scandals in years. It's got harassment allegations, defamation lawsuits, leaked footage, and a divided fan base. So,
Oh yeah.
in December 2024, just to remind everybody, she accuses co-star Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment and creating a toxic on-set environment during filming. In response to that, Baldoni gets really mad and files a $400 million defamation lawsuit in January of 2025 and claiming that Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, her publicist, and the New York Times conspired to destroy his career. And we did cover this once already. And I believe that to be true. Yeah.
Which, by the way, Blake Lively said that first, and then he turned around and said it too. No,
Blake Lively said what first?
That he was trying to that he was trying to ruin her career, because I don't know if you remember when that movie came out, she got a lot of bad press, and she claims that it was his publicist or the movie theater whatever publicist that started unclaimed rumors.
Yeah. And then it spiraled into sexual harassment and all this other ridiculous claims.
And then she kind of like rebutted back in December about that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So as of between March 9th and March 23rd, okay, so March 18th, Ryan Reynolds filed to dismiss Baldoni's lawsuit, admitting to the courts that he called Baldoni a predator in private, but argued to the court that it was a protected opinion as a husband who's defending his wife. Okay. When you're a high-profile actor like Justin Baldoni is, see, I see both sides. First of all, I think Ryan Reynolds is full of crap. I do.
Really?
I'm not on the Blake Ryan side.
I know, but you don't think he used that word to defend his wife?
No, I think you can use that word to defend your wife, but because I think he is that I'm like against Blake and Ryan, and I think they're full of crap. They're conveniently using something that would be okay to say. Do you know what I'm saying? That you're a predator.
But I do think he said that because he was obviously protecting his wife.
I think he knows now that Blake created this storm that got out of control. And I think it's just one of the tools in his tool belt that he's using that he can say to make everyone have some sympathy for him. Right. Well, he did this to my wife and da da da. I don't think Justin did that to his wife. I don't. But I think he's using it. So can you use that word? Absolutely. When it's appropriate, you should use that word if somebody's harassing your wife or sexually harassing you. But because I'm so dead set against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, I'm just like, oh, of course he's going to say that. Of course he's going to say that. I don't know. You don't agree with that?
I do think he said it to defend his wife. And I do believe all this chaos is because of her.
Okay. But you think that he really thinks all the things his wife said, or do you think he knows now that who you're married to?
Yeah, that's true. But I think that he's going to back up his wife if she said that he did all this. I just think it was him.
That is what he's doing. He's backing up his wife. But do I think he genuinely believes that it's a predatory situation here? I don't.
Well, if your wife, expressed her feelings that she felt that way, then he was being predatory.
But I don't think that's what happened. But I don't think that's what happened.
Right. But he's claiming he only did it in the essence of fighting for his wife, defending her, and that's what we're saying.
Right.
She she said that he was acting this certain way, and Ryan believed her, and I think he acted accordingly. I think it's true what he said, and I do believe I hear what you're saying that, oh, it's so convenient, but I actually think he really did defend her because he was defending his wife.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think a little differently. I think that he knows who his wife is, and I think he's probably losing a nightmare. His personal life is probably a nightmare with her. That's just speculation. I don't know for a fact, right? But I just have this feeling. My theory is that she's a nightmare wife. right? And he's doing whatever he can to help her, to help him. Because you know what? Happy life, happy wife, happy life, right? And I just think that he maybe deep down inside knows that Justin is really innocent here, but he's doing everything he can to pull it all together. But you think that he really does think that that it was predatory.
I think he's defending his wife because that's what she said. So I am saying what you are saying.
Okay.
And I think that what he filed on March 18th is true. I think that he used those words because he was defending his wife. I think that's a legit statement.
Fair enough.
I don't think he's just using it to try to get out of something. I think he honestly used it to defend his wife.
Okay. So then Blake Lively filed her own motion to dismiss on March 20th. That's really recent, a couple days ago.
Yes.
Calling
to
the
dismiss
suit.
What? Okay.
To dismiss the whole thing. Calling the suit from Baldoni rambling and vengeful were her words. Her team cited California's anti-SLAPP law, which protects those who report harassment without malice. Okay. The judge has not ruled on that motion. But I will say this. A federal judge indicated the New York Times might be dropped from the lawsuit, citing substantial grounds that the publication acted within legal limits from reporting on the case. So that's one for Justin Baldoni right there. That's a win for him right there. Cause sure sounds like the judge is leaning in that direction.
Well, no, it was Baldoni that's charging the press.
I'm sorry. I meant Blake Lively. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's a plus for Blake Lively. Right. I'm sorry. My bad. All right. So then Baldoni's team condemned the harassment, saying they received death threats and had fans show up at their homes. That's an issue. And also Lively's team requested expanded protective orders after she and supporters received violent threats online. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for her to file this is just, I guarantee you she regrets it 100%.
Oh.
It does nobody no good in any way you look at it.
It's one of those, gosh, I wish I could go back.
Oh, yes.
Right? It's one of those situations because I don't think she had any, first of all, I don't think she realized, I think she thought that everybody loved her in the, regular people like us. And now she's finding out that, I'm one of those people that everyone's going to turn against, they didn't fall for my crap. Yeah. And now it's a whole different story today, and her career is going down. I think her career's gone personally.
I don't think so.
You don't?
At all. She's still, I like her acting. I think, listen, she's not Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep.
Right. No.
Oh my God.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, there you go.
Streep. Streep.
But I still enjoy her movies when she comes out. So, even this movie, unfortunately, I have not watched This Is Us again. I usually like to watch those movies over and over again, but I haven't watched it again just because I know that they're in the TIFF and they're in the court and just watching it,
Yeah.
Maybe in another year or two when I get over that. But this is what I'm saying is that I think, so it kind of goes back to what you're saying. You think her career's in the dump. I think it's just going to take a little while to get back up there again, but I think people will receive her back just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she'll prove it in the theater.
Right. Well, that remains to be seen.
She has great fashion stress.
I
love her fashion.
Yeah, she does have some nice clothes. Subscribe to our channel. We're about halfway through, but I just wanted to remind you all, subscribe, like, and share our channel. Give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. There is leaked footage and voicemail drama just before I wrap up Blake and Justin. It was released by Baldoni, showing him improvising physical affection, including an unsolicited kiss on Lively's forehead, which he claimed disproved misconduct. Lively's team said the footage actually confirmed her discomfort and lack of boundaries on the set. And then a leaked 2 a.m. voicemail. This is interesting. You probably heard this already, but a leaked 2 a.m. voicemail from Baldoni featured him apologizing and saying, "I effed up" over a creative disagreement. That's not really.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that what they're both claiming that each other did is probably true in those steps, but I think there's explanations behind each one, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand how one felt. Like, for instance, she claimed that he walked into her trailer when she was breastfeeding that one day.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, previous to that, she was breastfeeding her child, and she had told Baldoni, like, oh, I'm breastfeeding right now, but come in when you're done.
All
So
right.
maybe she was set and ready for it for that day.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she was covered or whatever. And to him, he's like, well, I could walk into a trailer whenever, even if she was breastfeeding, because I was allowed to go last week. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and then she felt, maybe she felt shocked when he walked in and she was breastfeeding. So now, now her feelings are hurt. But meanwhile, she invited him last week. That was fine before. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think
Yep.
it's true what they're complaining about with each other, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's just the little details that makes the difference. And I think they just didn't understand each other. And
Right.
you kind of if you saw the movie, you kind of felt like that during the movie too. You didn't feel the connection.
I did not see the movie. Should I watch it?
Oh,
Should I watch it?
I would watch it
Well,
for shits and giggles. Why not? I don't know.
yeah. Think so? Oh, guys, hear my doggy. All right. Anyway.